Hedge Tube Dwellers, and welcome to more Starcraft. I'm on my secondary account, Highest Templar, and I will be playing a Zerg versus Zerg against the exact same player that I just now got done playing. I'm gonna try Doc Fletch LXG. I'm gonna try to commentate this live. That means I am talking to you right now. That means you'll hear my keyboard in the background. That means you'll get to see every little mistake I make. When I am commentating, which is already feeling like quite a few. I do not feel fresh right now. I feel very, very, very non-fresh. Very non-fresh. Non-freshness is bad. Staleness is bad. That is not desirable. Now, luckily for me, I just did a build last game that might throw him off this game. I actually did a 10 pull. It was on Shakira's Plateau, and in Zerg vs. Zerg, that is basically a 1 versus 1 map. It's not really, but you can tell real early, and you can find out real early where your opponent is. And that is not necessarily true with this map. So I'm not going to do a 10 pull. I'm actually going to try to 15 hatch. Now, he 15 hatched last game, and it didn't end immediately. Honestly, I don't think I got enough damage for the 10 pull to matter, but I ended up beating him in the I can take and keep my third base game, which ended up being a very important game, as it normally is in ZvZ. Seeing if I can get some double up on some saturated patches here. It's nice to have doubles. ZvZ. Going out for my 15 hatch. Still don't know where he is. That's okay. He will likely 15 hatch. I will likely find him well after he's done that. Maybe even as far as after my... Whoa, that was way off. Maybe even as late as after my pool is done. I'm going to go back up to 15 before slapping my pool out, just because, again, this is kind of a big 4-player map. With the bases as far in the corners as they are, it actually takes you a while. Even if you send a scout out, it takes you a while to get your scout to the enemy base. Oh, that's advanced. I don't want the advanced menu. I want the regular menu. Now, very quickly thereafter, I'm going to follow my spawning pool up with an extractor. Gas is very important in Zerg vs. Zerg, as Ling speed is very important in Zerg vs. Zerg. So I can already tell he's not there. Let's go over to the natural here. And I'm going to assume, and let's go straight to the natural here. I bet that will find him whichever way he goes. Yet another Overlord to go watch the base. It's about time to saturate that gas! Okay, should I save any larvae? No, I'm going to save one, I guess. I could build another drone right now, but I'm not going to. This Overlord will be out in time. It's not for food, it's just because the larvae I don't necessarily want 6 lings, but I want at least 4 queen lings. And very soon here, matter of fact, I'm going to be real premature, and I'm going to take this guy to gas already. It's going to take me a little while to start my ling speed, but I think that'll be okay. I'm going to go a couple more drones. I haven't seen any reason not to go drones yet. Sometimes it's a bad way to play it, but on this map I'm going to assume that I'm safe. I'm going to take 1 ling all the way. And we're almost there. Oh, 80. I know it. Gas. Gas, gas, gas. And right after this gas, I need 2 things in fairly rapid succession. I need another Overlord to make my supply okay. Then right after this queen, I need another queen. Okay, so I'm guessing that he's over here. He's about got to be over here. So let's move this Overlord into position behind his Nashira. And he's putting up spines already because he expects early pressure because of the way I played last game. I actually love seeing a player put spines up in Zerg vs. Zerg because he has denied himself some drones right there that could be harvesting. It could be harvesting right now, and could harvest for a while into the future. I'm going to try to play without doing that same sacrifice. Need another Overlord very soon. Very, very soon. Oh, that's a bad deal. That's an Overlord down. So I'm going to need to get another one. Now, we're pretty close on our injects. We're not horrible. This guy's going to be the injector. This can come down. Are you ready? Are you ready? He's at 25. He is ready.
We require more minerals.
And I got another Overlord popping. Man, that's so painful. I'm going to go ahead and get another one now. And that's actually going to keep me off of his natural for a while. My ling speed's about to finish, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get into his main. I want to see one of two things. I want to see a ling count, or I want to see a tech building. If I see a roach warren, I'll feel safe. If I see, you know, only 6 lings, I might feel safe. He might be hiding. If I see a crap ton of lings, then I'll know that I need to get out of there. I did not see a lot of lings, but I don't feel like I really got a good look at his base. So I'm going to go ahead and get those, because I do not currently have any kind of map controller vision. And unfortunately I've got to get some Zerglings, because I just don't know. I'm just not sure. I can't continue to drone as hard as I am now, being not sure. I'm going to get the lair kind of quick, because I'm going to whip a roach warren out here in just a second. And I think I'm going to be safe to go straight up to roaches. But I want to make sure with this pack of lings. And then I want to bring the lings back to attack that. I'm going to get a couple more drones. What do we have? I think we should go ahead and do some of this business. I did some drones, whipped out another gas. Okay, you are the extra queen, right? Go help. Come on, larva inject. Come on, larva inject. Larva inject's happening. Gas happening. Feeling pretty good. We're going to go ahead and get a pack of roaches. This is going to make me feel really good and safe. Keep those creep tumors going. He could be getting his third kind of quick, and it would be bad, and I wouldn't see it very fast. So we're going to try to get that overlord into place. Unfortunately, that is the overlord that we lost. Now, I was able to take my third early, and I was able to hold his pressure last game. And I think that's because my early pressure threw him off. Now, I'm going to hope real hard for the same thing again. I'm going to hope that he doesn't know exactly how to handle my quick third. And that kind of hinges on him not having his yet. So let's see if I'm right in that assumption. Oh. Okay. Going with a couple key upgrades. Roach speed, roach damage, ranged damage. Yeah, you're dead, sucker. You're dead. He actually has his third up before me, so the tables are turned and I get to pressure him. However, I kind of like that, because I'm going to have a little pressure that lines up pretty well with what he's got going on over there. So I want you guys to actually all be banelings. I want to know if his rocks are down. His rocks are down. That's awesome that I can see that. Do an inject right before this, because this is going to take some attention. I'm going to try to rush the banelings right past. Oh, this might be nice. I'm just going to go as long as I have banelings helping out here. He's got spines up. I actually still feel confident, though, especially with that rally. Oh yeah, he's going to have a rally coming, but with the rally that I just brought in, I feel really good about this. And in comes this rally. Now, I swear I've sent drones up here numerous times. Okay. And he is still scared. I'm sorry my commentary dropped off there for quite a while, but I was just doing some simple bits of micro. And I feel pretty good about how this is going, so I'm going to keep staying real deep in him. I'm going to stay real heavy on the pressure. My injects haven't been great, but I would fair to bet that his have almost totally dropped off. And where he pulls the drones is where I'm just going to back up. I'm going to kill a bunch of these drones, and then I'm probably going to get all the way out, because I don't really like the idea of hitting that spine crawler wall yet. Let's get some drones over here. That actually sounds like a great idea. I still never got the drones up there that I wanted. I just want to see real quick. I want to see how many of his spine crawlers moved. And I want to make him really nervous and keep him building units, not drones. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is going to be great, actually. Woo! Nice little game. Not exactly sure what made me want to go back up there. I guess I saw him move a lot of his spine crawlers. I was very slowly getting infestors in on the back, but really seeing that he had his hatchery up before I had my third hatchery up, that's what made me know that I just needed to be aggressive. I needed to just really push everything I had and hope that he tried to invest in drones heavy on that third. And we'll probably see, actually, let me see, overall count. Yeah, see, he built a good, 9 drones. That's not a lot, but it was 9 drones at that timing. It was 9 drones when I was already lining up upgrades with my roaches, and I had another probably 6 or 7 roaches. Probably not a total 9. I probably wasn't able to dedicate every larva. So there's the army value, and you can see where I turned it on. This is where I scouted. I was like, oh, he has a third base? Actually, it may have been a little bit later. It may have been like right up in here, one of these second humps, because I remember I already got out a pack of roaches because I hadn't been able to see really what he was doing. Seeing 6 lings makes me think he could be hiding like a pack of 40, and he only uses 6 of them to chase down that ling that I sent in to scout. Resource collection shows that I got that 2 base up and saturated better than he did, which means he was probably worried about really early pressure and built more lings than I did in the early game. But then he eventually climbed over me when he did the drone count way up here at his third, but I came in and took that third away from him. Let's take a couple peeks at the replay real quick. I just want to see some numbers. Some flashy numbers, like I did pause it, didn't I? Let's go full 8 times here. Some flashy numbers like maybe some of the APMs. It looks like his effective APM is higher than mine. My spamming my fingers off APM is higher than his. The effective APM doesn't make a big difference. It probably just means he was hotkeying more things, or maybe given more sequenced move commands. So we see a little bit of important stuff unfolding. I'll take it down to like about 2. I come up with my Zerglings. He sees how many Zerglings I have because he's got the Overlords. He sees them crossing the map, so he knows he can survive. Honestly, he could have survived with just 2, and then the Queen. Getting 6 Zerglings, and especially these 2 spine crawlers, oh, that was such a mistake, that Overlord. Especially these 2 spine crawlers say that he is afraid of pressure. He expects me to do pressure, and he really wants to defend against it. As a result, I am up on him 6, actually, now 3 drones. 3 drones isn't huge. Oh, there, I take it up, 7 again. So this whole time I'm staying at least a few drones ahead of him. As a matter of fact, it's going to take off. I have 34 to his 23. Wow, so he put down a roach warren. That kind of makes me think he missed an inject somewhere even. No, I don't know. His money isn't crazy. My money's taken off because I got the saturation. And I think, yeah, I already sent my one other Zergling up there. One of these Zerglings must have taken him out. Either that or a spine crawler did. I suppose that, yeah, that took out my Zergling. That's right, because he got to right about here, and then the double spine crawler poke got him. And he goes into this third. I want to say he goes into it quite a bit earlier than I do. Matter of fact, yeah, he's going immediately the second he has those rocks down, right around the 50 food mark. And I'm sending out my speedlings. He actually, he's got speed too. This probably worries him. Seeing these speedlings probably makes him think that he's about to get pushed real hard. And let's see, he made 2 Zerglings, so not necessarily. And actually, he's up on me in drones now that I've built my extra gases and my tech structures, Roach Warren, the Evo Chamber. Of course, he did build his Roach Warren a lot earlier, so that was a little bit of that drone count. Oh, and now I'm taking the drone lead again. I do have a slight food lead. That drone lead will bounce back and forth in Zerg versus Zerg, and for the most part, that's okay. In the real early stages, if you have a couple extra ones, it really makes a big difference. Even like 2 extra ones will make a pretty significant difference. Oh, and you can see my production cycles are just starting to happen and pop off. That food is going up. I think it's as I'm investing in roaches. Yeah, sure enough. And my third, ooh, a lot later than his. That's what I was waiting to see. That is a huge discrepancy. So yeah, I did pretty good with this push. By the time I was pushing, this really just amounted to extra production. I wasn't mining off that very well at all. And I've kind of stopped at a low drone count, so any drones he builds from here on out are basically like army that he's not going to have when my push timing comes. And my push timing is pretty crisp on from the point in time where I start building army. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to sit here and totally kick back units this entire time. Nothing but roaches. I'm getting the upgrades going. I actually wasn't paying the most close attention to this. I think this finished before I did my push. We'll see. I'm moving out now. I'm staging. And I've got quite a bit of time left on this. But again, this is something that he sees. So he's going to be crapping his pants. He's going to be building army. He's going to try to catch up to me. Oh, and you see it. He knows he built too many drones, so he's building spine crawlers. And that's going to make this army look a lot lower than mine, but honestly, if these came up, his army would hold me off no problem. I had trouble with these guys. I had to give them different commands to get them to not go up that ramp, just to get down here. They actually thought the path around that way was closer to get to that point, so I had to give them move commands over here to pull them back. And here we go. Okay, so I think one Baneley is just going off there, but oh yeah, you can see the count, and that is mostly roaches. 20 to 6. The drone count is totally irrelevant at this point because I have the army in his face to kill his entire base, and that makes the roach count. And you know what? Seeing that, I didn't even wait. These came up later in the attack, so they did end up being useful. But just seeing that I caught the timing on these spine crawlers and that he did not have enough roaches, I just went with it, and you know what? It was the right decision. If I would have waited until these upgrades were done, now all those spine crawlers would have been done. So that would have been cool to line that up. It would have felt really clean. It felt like I did a really smooth play, but I'm actually glad that I went when I did. And check his money out. He's totally got the money. He did get roach speed, but he's not getting their upgrades. And I think in just a second, me one upgrade and then me huge imposing army. This is going to be too much. Interesting to see that he is actually ahead of me in drone count still right now. This will put him real close, and here in just a second, once this goes down, I do start making some more drones. But it's interesting to see. Oh yeah, here comes the box. It's interesting to see that he was able to keep more workers than me, even losing quite a few over here. And that's pretty much the story of the game. Shortly after that, my production just kicks off, way ahead of his. I do get some over here, some drones. And actually, I'm still not stopping to drone yet. So I guess what we're looking at is really just purely good army timing on me. It's a little bit of upgrade now, too. And him pulling the drones off, this is where he's really going to take a dive. Yep. 30 and below. Oh, man. 29. Yep. Into the game. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more StarCraft. I've got the itch. I feel like I've been playing a lot. I feel like I did okay at commentating this episode. I know there were some long periods in there where I went totally silent, but sometimes the mouth just takes a back seat. It's kind of difficult to keep it in the front seat with the hands on the steering wheel the whole time. Okay, so here are my drones finally. When I put together this second push, my drones are coming up. And that little bit pulls him right out. He sees the pack, and that's it. Peace!